Hello guys, it is might be a Wednesday, I don't know, which is the great thing about being retired. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But in the old deluxe garage here, I was inside looking at motorcycle parts that I can't afford to buy, and finally realized, you got to get out of this frickin' away from this computer. And I've been meaning to get these oops, sorry guys. These luggage racks off the bike, and I only run them if I'm going on a trip, especially on this bike because it just looks so much cleaner and nicer without the racks. And if I'm doing a ride that's not going to be overly technical, the 1190 works beautifully for that. Hell, I did, Colorado BDR, Arizona BDR, all kind. I mean, the bike has been through some pretty hardcore stuff, but I was a younger guy, as they say back then, and it was easier to throw the big bike around. But even all of that, this bike just looks cleaner without them on here. So you can follow along, and I'll kind of explain what I'm doing, and it shouldn't take that long, but I just figured it is what it is. So, spring puller, that comes off of there, and I don't know if you can see any better. I'm going to be kind of in and out of frame. It is what it is. Got to get this exhaust out of the way, because it's basically these here I can't get at. The other side is no problem. And this is nice. Leo Vince really does it smart. It just, oh, sorry guys. What I'm going to do is loosen that, which is a 8mm. If I might be able to get in there with this. And that'll allow this to drop down like that. And I should be able to get at those now. We'll see. Yeah, this is, like I say, not going to be the most interesting thing because you're going to be looking at the back of my frickin' head most of the time. And let's see here. I'm going to say this one here, maybe. Actually, the next one. There she is. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull this exhaust right off of here. There we go. See? Isn't that kind of nice how they do that? It's just what a quality made piece from Leo Vince. I've got it on the 1190 also. I've been running the pipes for quite a while, and it's a mechanical inners, so that you don't have to change out packing or any of that kind of stuff. It never changes from new to old. So that being said, and I say that a lot, I know, I'm going to pop this off of there. I might be able to get at it with this. There we go. There we go. And once these two are out of here, you can put everything kind of back to the way you had it. And nice and easy Japanesey, as they say. This bike has been just a pleasure to own. There was KTM is one of those brands that, as far as off-road racing and whatnot, they are the apex predators. But that comes with a price. There's always for a premium brand that you would think you wouldn't have to do a frickin' thing to keep, you know, keep it running well and that kind of stuff. When you first buy a KTM, dirt bike, adventure bike, big adventure bike, 1190, any of them, you best take it apart and retighten every bolt, because every one that I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot of them, it's amazing what comes out of the box, out of the factory, that is loose. My steering head, actually on the 1190, I bought that brand new in 2014. You're going up a bunch of hit, click, 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 and it's like, you know, okay, it's steering head bearings, bushings. And sure enough, I get out the torque wrench, take everything apart, bang, 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 around, round, round. Well, it was almost a quarter of an inch from the lower race from seating in its seat. Unacceptable for a premium brand from the factory. And of course, once I started, you know, tightening it down, you realize, holy cow. And got it tightened down there, you know, set it at spec, and of course it's never moved since. But it's something I shouldn't have had to done, but I had to do it. Same on the 790. It wasn't as severe, but still a lot of clicking from the front end, and it took, I don't know, maybe 2 turns to get it seated properly and get it at a good torque rate. But the amount of bolts, swing arm bolts, that you have to tighten on these things, because they're known to come out of here. Just all these little niggles that for a premium brand motorcycle you should never have to worry about. It's pretty sad, KTM's thing. But again, once you get everything, you know, kind of squared away, you only have to do it once for the most part. You know, nothing wears on these things any more than any other motorcycle. They are the baddest off-road motorcycle that you can have, whether it be their motocross bikes, you know, enduros, adventures, you know, the big adventure bike like the 1190, the track bikes. They're badass motorcycles. But like I say, it comes with a little bit of a price. So I am going to next quit talking and get this loosened up. And let's see here what I do with it. And I got to get another Allen wrench, so bear with me. This is so professionally done that, yeah, like I said, geez, well, all the tools that I'm going to need to do this, I should get this, and that. And of course, I still didn't get all the tools that I was supposed to get. So, you know, like I say, this is professionalism personified. And obviously I can't do that. I'm going to have to get an extension because she is not going in straight. Back again. This will allow me to get in there with a wiggle. This style works pretty good where you can pivot it. Okay, we're going to leave that one up. I have to get this lower 10 millimeter off of there. And just this one. But yeah, I've owned quite a few KTMs, and they definitely have their way about them. And but you know, there's all that stuff all over the net about how unreliable they are. Well, I've owned, let's say, quite a few, and I've never been left stranded. Had some stuff I've had to do to the bikes to, you know, fix them in trailside, which I think every motorcycle, you go through that sometimes if you ride them for what they were designed to be ridden. Okay, so I'm going to show you. That's a washer. And I should be able to just get this off of here. Bear with me. And this is not falling down because it's held on by two little bushings up front. And, which is kind of cool. This, these racks are made by, I missed that one, made by Tusk, which I'll tell you, for an inexpensive brand, and those are shims. I had up on the side there. These are all my little shims and stuff falling. And there we go. And not as smooth as you would like it to be. So, there we go. All these shims, these little small ones, you do not want to lose, because once you do, you'll regret the day. You'll rue the day. So that's the exhaust. So yeah, pretty easy in that respect. We're going to switch over to the other side. This one here, this stays static. I actually only have one bolt because of the way the exhaust pipe exits. It doesn't allow for it to it'll be right in front of the exhaust port. So okay, that. All right, let me bring you over to the other side here. Okay. There you go. I'm a-coming. All right. Now for the most part, I'll take this one out of here. This side's easier because you don't have to move anything. There she goes. Yeah, these I put let me turn this a little bit. I put never sees on every bolt that I work on. It's not worth not doing it, because it'll ruin your day. Let's see here. We'll leave that one in just to kind of hold things in place while I get these out of here. But I think I'm at 29,000 I think miles on this bike, and other than tires, brake pads, KTMs are known for wheel bearings. Every other manufacturer on the planet can put wheel bearings in that last 50,000 miles, not KTM. Usually 15 to 20,000 miles, you can feel them start to get notchy, so they got to be changed. I'm actually going to be doing some wheel bearings later today on a 81 KZ 550 for a neighborhood kid that's he's trying to learn bikes and that kind of stuff, so I'm going to give him a hand. And I've been gifted a couple of neighborhood kids over the years. One of them, Jared, is a good friend of mine, and he was just a little kid riding by on his bicycle when I first moved here, and he finally, after I don't know, weeks and weeks and weeks, of me with my door open and, you know, working on bikes. Got the nuts to, you know, come over and, hey, what are you doing? What kind of motorcycles are you working on? And I inherited him ever since. He was my adopted child. He was into motorcycles. He had a little dirt bike. Got that running for him. I don't know how many dirt bike motors that I rebuilt for him over the years. You know, because he would just, being a typical kid, he'd ride the pants off the damn things, and never did any service. And so finally, the deal was that I would help him do whatever, but he would have to kind of participate a little bit. And of course, he's a 38-year-old guy, smart dude, you know, gifted auto mechanic, and you know, walks away from me on a dirt bike like I'm tied to a tree. Yeah, just a great guy. And so now the new neighborhood kid that I don't know, I'm guessing he's 19, 20 years old, and he just bought his first bike, which is an old KZ 550. And so I'm going to help him do wheel bearings, and I will do a new clutch pack because he burnt the clutch out of it, you know, slipping the clutch a little bit. So yeah, but anyway, I'll quit talking and get this off of here with a cauliflower ear. I remember this one. We're going to have to get I might be able to do it with these. This one here rounded off. No, I'm going to have to use a pair of vice grips, which I thought I had some right here. And see if I can grab it enough to, if not, I'll use the old peen to get it away. Use a pick, a punch, and just punch it in the way, the direction you want to go, and it'll move. Okay, I'm going to have to use the punch, which will be interesting for you guys. Bear with me. And a hammer. Okay. So all we're really doing here is, if you get a bolt that's sitting in there tightened, and you know she's rounded off inside where the Allen wrench won't work, you, in the direction of loosening, you hit that with a punch along the edge, and a couple of hits and it'll break that the tightening bond, and it'll come out of there. And let's see here if I can get this one. I think I got it. Nope. Bear with me. It galls up the bolt, but I'll put another bolt in it. But it gets it out of there, that's what counts. Come on, old girl. This one's going to be a fighter. This usually... Let me try a... I got to get a bite on the edge of it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, I'm going to have to keep on banging on her and screw up the bolt. Seated in. on, girl. There she goes. We started to move. Sorry guys, I know this is not very interesting, but it is what it is. She did lose some. It's fun looking at the back of my head, I'm sure. Come on, old girl. It's hard getting an angle on it, but I'm going to give this a little sharpening so it'll bite in there a little bit better. We get a very nice point on it now. Hopefully she'll bite a little bit better. This one's a fighter. And she moved again. And of course I lost my socket. Okay. Yeah, this is real interesting, isn't it? Huh? But it's the reality of working on a motorcycle. There she goes. Sometimes things go easy, and sometimes they don't. Let's see if I can get that going. Okay, there it is. And those are all my spacers. That goes the rack. And so yeah, it peens up the nut pretty good, but I'll replace this with another one, and she'll be good to go. So all of this, every bushing, every spacer, will all go in a bag, and yeah, it'll be good to go. But I'll show you the back of the bike here. It's humid. Without the, well, I'll do that in a second again. Looks like I gotta tighten that. That's a little, it's a fat stand for a kickstand. But, yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to do on this video here. It's, well, 23 minutes. Well, it's a lot of it looking at the back of my head. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you work on bikes and things just fall off, and other times you got to fight them a little bit, but you just get creative, and all the stuff will come apart. But the ride for cystic fibrosis is this coming weekend, and unfortunately, we got torrential rain on Saturday and a good part of Sunday, so I'll ride this one on Saturday, and it is, you know, she'll be a muddy mess when I get home, and I think it's 109 miles on Saturday, and then the track on Sunday is I believe 76 or 78 miles. I might ride the Cove on that one. There's a buddy of mine that wants to try one, so I'll let him, I'll switch off, I'll run his 890 for a while. He can run the Cove for a little bit, and you can get a chance to see if it's something you might be interested in. So there you go. The fun of watching me take racks off a motorcycle, and All I can say is thank you very much again.